because we're going to turn it around and we're going to start winning again. We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
I love that video. Good. Let me get my mic over here. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Cross Examinations Live. I'm your host, Mike S. Miller. We have to win more. We have to win more. More. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing tonight? It is sorry. I know it's Thursday and I didn't do a show yesterday. I did draw and quarter yesterday. So do I look short? All right. I mean, is my camera aimed too high? I didn't mean, do I look short? I know how you people think. Let's say hi to people who are here. What's up, Dragon? Jeff Post? No, Jeff Potts. Jeff Potts. Dragon. Up. Dog. Okay. Trump's still winning. That's right. Trump's still winning. P Money. Zach Richmond. Arlene. Flatten. Salsa. False Girls. Fabio. Not more than usual. Thank you very much. And hey, I wanted to get into something. Let's see. Any updates? Updates? Oh, I finished my double page spread. And that's why I'm so late, because I had to put this off and I was doing other stuff. And so I got my great big double page spread done right there. Page 38, 37, 38. Wait. 37, 38. That can't be right. No. Oh, no. I didn't. Oh, no. So, for those of you who don't know, double page spreads, this page is always supposed to be the odd number, because this is page 1, then page 3, then page 5. So, oh no, what happened? What did I do? How did I mess that up? All right. Well, I'm going to have to figure something out. Oh. Wow. Rookie. I can't even blame the writer because I'm the writer. Throw in an ad or something on a page. Whoa, look at that. It's Trump Cola. No, just kidding. It's tea. I didn't realize I still had my green screen on, but I do. So, President T. Oh, boy. Okay, well, anyways, I finished that double page spread, and now I just realized that I probably have to now add another page to my script. Boy. How embarrassing that I discovered that while I was live streaming. That I should have just ignored it, but wow. Dang it, Bobby. That is correct. This is the Great God Emperor Trump shirt. I think it's like Warhammer or something or other. Anyways, I wanted to get to a question that was asked on the Discord. Is this now just a beautiful poster, Mike? No. I'll add something. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Warhammer. I think it's Warhammer, isn't it? Isn't this a Warhammer outfit? Or that somebody just stuck Trump's head on? I don't know. I don't play Warhammer. So let me just get to that. I'm so distracted now because of my sheer unmitigated stupidity. Goodbye, Mike. What happened to your D Live? I had D Live up on Restream, and I guess I could go back to try to figure out and just have you can actually StreamYard through Restream. I mean, you can Restream through StreamYard. I don't even know how that works. Yeah, it's Warhammer 40K. Right. So I don't know. I could do that. I could go back to that. You have zero stupidity, man. Oh, thank you, Richard Tyler. Clearly, that's not accurate. Oh, I've been doing this for nigh on to 30 years now. What is it? Right, 29 years. This is my 29th year as a professional comic book artist. You'd think I could have paginated my double page spread a little bit better. Although I must admit that as a non-believer, I do respect your Christianity, but fail to understand it. Well, that's what I'm here for, Richard, to get you to understand why I believe what I believe. And perhaps you can better understand that and come to a saving grace, saving faith through grace. Be thankful you caught it now, not later. I know. Can you imagine trying to paginate a book after it's all colored and lettered and everything? You're like, oh, hey, wait a minute. Do you just want to add a big white page here? No. P Money says, Richard, I am a Christian and I have no idea about Christianity. Don't admit it, P Money. Jeez, see? I'm sorry, Richard. He's Canadian. We have to let him slide on some things, There are many things that we do not wholly understand about Mike S. Miller, and you never will. You never will. Anyways, let me get to this question because I'm not even sure I have an answer for it, but I'm going to read it anyways. And then he got into this big, long argument with 7, which I'm not going to read because, it's 7. It's 7. You know how he is. Anyways, from Space Player. I don't know if Space Player has a different name on cross-examinations, but it is what it is. Let me share this stream. You know what? Hey, guys, like and share. I haven't bothered sharing it out yet. But yeah, everyone do like, share, and subscribe if you have not already. And then don't forget, go to the link in the chat. Not the chat. Go to the link in the description and subscribe to my Odyssey channel. Odyssey, please, if you would be so kind. All right, I'm going to pop this in here. And then try to scroll back up and find where the question was. All right. Here we go. Space Player. Should I show it on the screen? I can, but it really doesn't matter. I guess I won't. I can't share to Twitter anymore. I'm suspended indefinitely. Good for you, Zach. Good for you. I look forward to being suspended from Twitter. I understand all. I wish I did not. Really, Dragon. You understand all. I don't even understand all. Not saying that I'm smarter than you or anything, but come on. Let's be realistic here. I'm just kidding. Don't be too hard on yourself. If I dealt with all the distractions you do, I would struggle to count at all. Oh, thank you, Arlene. I do appreciate. Next D&Q theme, Warhammer 40K God Emperor. You never know. Are women screaming in Mike's house? No, that's Josiah. All nerd all the time now. The last person that went to an Odyssey had to fight a multi-year war and then spent a decade at sea. All right. I feel like I'm being distracted from the question. But I'm glad you're all here just saying irrelevant things to the topic at hand, which I haven't even gotten to. So God bless you all for being here. Love, kisses, all that. Blessings, whatever. Anyway, Space Player asks, hey, Mike, question for you, if you have the time. I do. I wanted to know if you had any thoughts on, or if you can point me to any apologetics about the toiling that came with the expulsion from the Garden of Eden versus Jesus' call in the Sermon on the Mount not to give in to worry, i.e. the lilies of the field. It's rather a long question, so I'm going to read the whole thing before I attack it. Excuse me. Listening to your stream from yesterday, talking about the IRS, stress, etc., and letting go, giving it to God while not relinquishing responsibility, it made me think of two things. I recently made a comment on social media to the tune of God helps those who help themselves. Met with an, actually, that is never said in the Bible. Sure enough, I Googled it, and it is not a direct Bible quote. It's actually not in the Bible directly or indirectly. I just assumed it was, but I was surprised to see a rebuke against responsibility from a Christian. All right, I'm just going to finish reading. Ever since then, I keep seeing references to the part in Jesus' sermon where he speaks of the lilies of the field, how they grow yet toil not. Quote, be not anxious for your life, what ye shall eat, what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. It is not life more than the food, and the body more than the raiment. Behold, the birds of the heaven, they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, and your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are not ye of much more value than they? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow, and toil not, neither do they spin. But if God doth clothe the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? Here's my cognitive dissonance. Adam and Eve were cast out of the Garden of Eden and made to toil and sweat for food and shelter. Were we not, by original sin, also to toil, our responsibility? Yet, the sermon seems to clash with that. Would that toiling not involve worry as part of the exile? And why would Jesus compare the flowers and birds to man's exile and toil? What am I missing? Thanks in advance. Then he gives the thing he gives the account from Genesis. The thing is, the toiling part, toiling is work, right? Toiling is just work. When God put Adam in the garden, he put Adam in the garden and told him to tend the garden. That's toiling. The toiling got intermingled with the thorns and the thistles and the corruption of the world. It went from, I don't know, I would just say it got a lot harder, right? Dealing with weeds, but he was put in the garden to tend to the garden. There was no, it wasn't it wasn't the Bahamas. He wasn't weighted on hand and foot in the garden, right? Toiling too many times is work. So I don't think it's the right argument to say that toiling is a result of sin. Toiling is, let me see what the actual definition of the word toil in Blue Letter Bible. Actually, the first mention of the word toil is with Noah. It's not even with Adam. Pain, labor, hardship, sorrow. Oh, that's biblical usage. The Hebrew Chaldean lexicon says, one, an idol, 2, pain of a body, of mind. He binds up their pains. Let's see where else this is used. Okay, it's used for sorrow, our work and toil. Oh, okay, so in Genesis 5:29, it separates work and toil. Let's see what the word for work says here. Saying the same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil. So our work is our deeds. Let's go to the lexicon. Work of Jehovah. Interesting. Biblical usage: deed, work, deed, thing done, work, labor, business, pursuit, undertaking, enterprise, achievement, these works. So, all right, let's go actually back to what he was asking. Let's see. To the woman he said, I will greatly increase your pains of childbearing. I will give you birth to children. Desire of your friend, because you listened to your wife and ate from the tree of the fruit, you must not eat it. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil, you will eat. Okay, let's look. What is that actual scripture? He must be using a different, not the King James. So that is Genesis. I don't know what chapter that is. Genesis. Oh, let me go back. I don't know what chapter that is. Genesis. It wouldn't be chapter 1. It'd be like chapter 3 or 4. Let's go 5. Genesis 5. No. 4. Oh, crap. I went all the way to Revelation. All right. Sorry. Genesis 4. No, 3, right? 3. All right, and because I was hearkening the voice of the Lord, I hadn't eaten the tree I commanded thee out. Cursed is the ground for us, and is the ground for thy sake. Thou shalt not eat. Is cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat. Oh, in sorrow, so not in toil. In sorrow, I think that's the same word. It's the ground in sorrow. Toil, yeah. Okay. So interesting. The King James Version uses the word sorrow. So yeah, work and sorrow or toil are two different things. Right? Now, I enjoy my work. I'm sure there's farmers out there that enjoy their works. But you know what they probably don't enjoy is the weeds, like dealing with there's crappy parts of farming and whatnot. But no, the work part, let's see, where's the work? Darn it. Let's go back to the word work. About 7 days, concerning our work and toil of our hands. Oh, that's the same one. Let's go Genesis 2. And then went up from the midst of the earth. No, that's when he gets Eve. Naked and unashamed. Must have been nice. And then there's the serpent. Now, anyways, all right, let's get back to the question. But no, that's primary to me. You separate the idea of work and the work of toiling and the idea of toiling. And then from, it's not like, I don't think there necessitates any cognitive dissonance in the sermon where he says, consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, they sorrow not. Use the word sorrow. Think of sorrow. Don't think of work, because it's not like, lilies of the field. They have functionality, right? They absorb sunlight. They absorb nutrients. It's all part of their functional existence, right? For us, our functional existence, we eat. I mean, okay, I grant you this is about not worrying about what you eat, but that's the thing. It's not to worry about it, not to stress about it. You don't. It's the separation of fear, of doubt, from trusting in the Lord. Even if you're not getting everything you want, and even if bad things befall you, it's having faith that whatever does happen, heck, even if you starve to death. I don't know, maybe that's the wrong message, but I'm always coming at it because I've gone through you guys know about the things that have happened in my life, the grief that I've suffered in my life. I still maintain that all things are good for those who love God and are called according to his purposes. So I think that removes a level of, I don't know, maybe you could call it spiritual toil, where you have, I think if you have, and I think that's probably why he ends this with, "Oh, ye of little faith," right? He ends the statement with, "Ye of little faith." Because if you don't have the faith that can sustain you through any circumstance, if you don't truly trust that no matter what happens, it's for good, like ultimate good. Even if your purpose in the play of life is to have something very, very horrible happen to you and you pass away, right? But that purpose, is the catalyst that saves the souls of your parents, or people you don't even know. Like my nephew passing away, I don't know anybody who's come to faith because of him passing away, but I know that he knew a lot more people than I know. I didn't know all his friends. I guess that's the better way to say it, right? I didn't know all the lives he touched. I don't know the way God has used that event in the lives of other people, but I trust that it was for good, right? I trust that God knows what he's doing, even if something horrible, sorrowful, which is, again, the same word, toil, even if it is sorrow. And it's not like I didn't have sorrow. Grief is I compared grief to being like, you ever go to the beach and get caught in a wave and you're just being thrown round and round and you have no idea which direction is up and you're just hoping that you've got enough air in your lungs to figure out which way is up before you start breathing water. That's like the kind of grief I felt. And so it's not like you can just say, well, the Bible doesn't say not to grieve, right? The Bible says to grieve with those who are grieving. But I don't know if I'm just going all over the place with this question. I think the like I said before, the easiest way to understand this separation is that toil is not just work, right? Grief is a maelstrom of differing, overpowering emotions. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jeff Potts says, Gary Shipman says hello. Well, hello to Gary Shipman, even though he's not here to say hello to me. I guess he's on his own show right now. My job is toil now. The joy I had in this job ended about 3 years ago. You got to find another path to enjoy what you do. I mean, look, I'm not a big fan of washing dishes, but when I have to do the dishes, I don't know. I just kind of let my mind go, or I'll start praying, redeem the time, or I'll just there's so few times seems like in my life, if I'm not like asleep, that there's just no nothing for me to concentrate on. And I know I have to dedicate more time to just, like going on my prayer walks. That's always good. I didn't do it today because, boy, the last time I went on my walk, I came home and like later that day, my back just started super acting up. And then like it hurt yesterday and it's hurting less today. But today's my walk day. And I'm like, I don't want to do that again. And now I'm afraid of going on walks because I don't want to deal with it. Oh my gosh, the pain was bad. You guys got to pray for my back every day, okay? Anyway, Space Player, I hope you listened to this, and if you have if I answered your question, let me know. If there's something else that I could delve into, let me know. Sorry I didn't respond on the Discord. Jeez, what a long conversation you had with Seven. Space Player ends with, Seven, can you drop it, please? You don't know me well enough to be having this conversation with me. And I don't want to continue it with you. To it, Seven responds with a paragraph. All right. Anyways, yeah. Hang on, let me at Space Player here. I hope I answered your question in this episode. All right, let's close that out and see what's going on with everybody else. Faith is the important part, I think. Difficult to get past, but doesn't faith move mountains? Yeah, I'm of the personal opinion, because there's a lot of symbolism in the Bible, and mountains are very often a symbol of a lot of people, right? Like usually it's a people group or it's a kingdom or something like that. So having the faith of a mustard seed, with faith you can move a mountain. Look what Billy Graham's faith has done. Billy Graham's faith has moved mountains of people, right? And how can you have faith like a mustard seed? So you have to, it's everything in the Bible isn't literal. Where it's literal, it's literal. Where it's not, And am I smart enough to know every single place that? No, probably not. But there's a bunch of different. There's poetry. There's symbolism. There's what's the word? There's idiom. There's historical narrative. There's all kinds of different. It's not just a textbook, right? It's a Bible. It's 66 books written by 40 different authors over thousands of years, with an integrated message system from outside of time and space. That's how Chuck Missile phrases it, and I totally agree. How do you know which parts of the Bible are literal and which aren't? Well, again, like if it's just telling a historical narrative, then you read it as historical narrative. If it's talking in parables, then you read it as a parable, right? Parables are words that create pictures that express ideas. When the Bible says that God folds his wings around you, God doesn't have wings. He's creating a picture of like a bird comforting, protecting his children, right? So it's piece by piece. So, hey, you're the idiom, sir. I take the table of contents literal. People didn't write history and information down like you or I would in ancient times. If you read anything in the Bible as 100% factual, you're reading it wrongly. If you claim that nothing in the Bible is to be read 100% factually, you're reading it wrongly. How's that? Mike, serious. Do 40k D&Q and invite Jazza. He will probably come as he has a tabletop miniature channel now. I don't even know Jazza. I only know his brother. So Mike has a thing about mustard seeds. I don't know how to take that, Jeff. I really don't. The Miller kids are a mountain. Did you hear the USA bombed Syria? Is that my phone?
Yeah.
Is that mommy?
Fine.
Can you answer it, Isaac?
Just answer it.
Oh, bloody heck. Hold, please. Hello. Oh, yes. Unmute yourself. I think he knows he's muted. It was just one of those things. Just one of those crazy things. One of those bells that now and then rings. Just one of those things. It was just one of those nights. Just one of those fabulous flights. A trip to the moon on gossamer wings. Just one of those things. All right. Anyways, he's awfully worked up and we can't hear him. It was about Syria. I was saying that I was upset when Donald Trump bombed Syria. Okay, mute yourself. And I think that he did it on bad information because, look, when people started like talking smack about Assad, I was like, well, okay, let's find out about this guy. So I started researching Assad, and I started watching interviews with Assad. That dude is either like Oscar-winning actor or he's like legit just a rational, reasonable dude. And knowing there's a huge Chaldean population here in eastern San Diego, East County. And so I've talked to Chaldeans from the Middle East, from Iraq, who are like, you know, people love Assad. Assad was great. He's great for Christians. He's great for secular. He's very secular. He's a Muslim, I guess, but he's like a secularist Muslim. The people he was fighting were like fundamentalist Islamic terrorists. And so from the ground level of people I've talked to, from the internet level of actually watching this guy have conversations with obviously people who were like against him, right? Like trying to shove him in a corner and be like, oh, this guy's obviously a evil monster dude. And then he's like answering all of his questions. And first of all, evil dictators don't take interviews with Western media who hate them. You ever seen the Ayatollah Khomeini on 60 Minutes? Come on. Assad would bomb the U.S. if he could. No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. That's the thing. He's and then that's another thing. He's like, why are you bombing your own people? And he's like, why would I bomb my own people? He's like, I'm not bombing my people. I'm bombing, or they're saying he had barrel bombs. And then that was another thing. He's like, what do you mean barrel bombs? He's like, I have like legit awesome weapons in my Air Force. Why would I fill a barrel full of nails? And, this is like some random guerrilla tactic and then blow those. He's like, why would I bomb my own people? He's like, I'm trying to get rid of the crazy fanatic, like ISIS and Al Qaeda. He's trying to get rid of them. And somehow, I don't know. So just from a very gut level, I don't think Assad is a bad guy. I wouldn't want him running America, but so that upset me when Trump did that, because I just don't think he's a legit bad guy. And I think he's not gassing his own people. I don't buy that crap either. And we just came through so many wars created by so much globalist false flag bull crap that, you got to go with your gut. Go watch a few interviews with Assad and you tell me if that guy's Hitler, because he seems more like Howdy Doody than Hitler to me. It's just, was Mike really talking about Syria? Clip this and see if from the audio syncs up with the muted part. Syria is one of the oldest Christian countries. Jesus spoke Aramaic, which a lot of people in Syria still speak. Oh, very cool. Assad is probably a bad guy, but when you're a bad guy, you want to get rid of all the other bad guys that aren't falling in line behind you. Again, I don't know, Dragon. How much research have you done? How many Assad videos? How many Assad interviews? That's the thing. It's not like him doing press conferences. It's like, I'm a good person, blah, blah, blah. These are like, and you could tell by his demeanor that this is not like some crazy, vindictive, whatever. I bet you all the people who are saying Assad wooed Mike, you know what wooed you? The mainstream media, the globalist media. You are under the sway of the lies that got us into the Middle East to begin with. Turkey is NATO in name only. Yeah. Let's not talk about Turkey. If Biden wants to bomb Turkey, go ahead. No, just kidding. Don't bomb anybody. Let's try to. Anyways, Timo Shroom says, remember how well getting rid of bad guy Saddam worked out? Sometimes having a predictable bad guy is the ideal situation. Yes. Dragon says, next to none. All right. I'm not even going to read the rest of what you wrote. Okay, says Joe. Joe, you're from that area. What kind of news do you get on Assad and on Turkey? I know you're not a fan of Turkey, right? Erdogan is like a kind of a capital D douchebag. And doesn't he think he is like the Mahdi? Doesn't Erdogan sort of profess himself to be the leader of the caliphate? Right? This is interesting. I seen Assad laugh at Muammar Gaddafi when he was saying they need to stick together and not let CIA, dethrone them. Yeah, he should have not laughed, because they were. I live next to Mordor. A secular strongman is always preferable to violent religious fanatics. Amen. Ray Thulu. A secular strongman, you can use the nuclear deterrent against a secular strongman, but somebody like, I don't know, Iran, where they're like, yes, let us all go up in a flaming ball of martyrdom. No. Okay, back to 40K. I think Shad is into 40K as well as Jeremy Hambley. Well, I don't think Jeremy Hambley and I would get along, as far as I can tell. I don't know. Actually, man. But Shad, we're gonna get on with Shad once we start doing the book. So looking like March, we're gonna launch. Ow! I got all the colors in. So Shad's doing a workup on the color corrections, and then we'll get those in, and then we'll get it lettered, and then we'll get those digital prints done, and we're rolling. We're on our way. On our way home. We're going home. All right, let me scroll this up a little bit. So, all right, Samuel chapter 10. Let's go to the Bible again. I'm the rooster, you're the hen. Hey, yeah. Who is coloring it? Sunny Go. All right. 1 Samuel chapter 10. Then Samuel took a vial of oil and poured it upon his head and... Wait a second. Oh, yeah. We're talking about Saul. Poured it upon his head and kissed him and said, Is it not because the Lord hath anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance? When thou art departed from me today, then thou shalt find 2 men by Rachel's sepulchre in the border of Benjamin and Zelzah. And they will say unto thee, The asses which thou wentest to seek are found, and lo, thy father hath left the care of the asses, and sorroweth for you, saying, What shall I do for my son? Then shalt thou go on forward from thence, and thou shalt come to the plain of Tabor, and there shall meet thee 3 men going up to God to Bethel, one carrying 3 kids, another carrying 3 loaves of bread, another carrying a bottle of wine. And they will salute thee and give thee 2 loaves of bread, which thou shalt receive of their hands. After that thou shalt come to the hill of God, where is the garrison of the Philistines. And it shall come to pass, when thou art come thither to the city, that thou shalt meet a company of prophets coming down from the high place, with a psaltery and a tabret and a pipe and a harp before them, and they shall prophesy. And the Spirit of the Lord will come upon thee, and thou shalt prophesy with them, and shalt be turned into another man. And let it be, when these signs are come unto thee, that thou do as occasion serve thee, for God is with thee. Well, Saul really started out pretty good, right? And thou shalt go down before me to Gilgal, and behold, I will come down unto thee to offer burnt offerings and to sacrifice sacrifices of peace offerings. 7 days shalt thou tarry till I come to thee and show thee what thou shalt do. And it was so that when he had turned his back to go from Samuel, God gave him another heart, and all those signs came to pass that day. And when they came thither, I'm so glad. You ever notice how the Bible will very, very often, it'll be like, and the prophecy is that he shall do this, and then he shall do that, and then he shall do this, and then he shall do that. And then the Bible says, and he did this, and he did that, and he did this, and he did that. And it's like really redundant. And you're like, okay, I get it. He did exactly what he was prophesied to do. Anyways, I'm glad. This is great. All those signs came to pass that day. And when they came hither to the hill, behold, a company of prophets met him, and the Spirit of God came upon him, and he prophesied among them. And it came to pass, when all that knew him before time saw that, behold, he prophesied among the prophets. Then the people said to one another, What is this that come unto the son of Kish? Is Saul also among the prophets? And one of the same place answered and said, But who is their father? Therefore it became a proverb, Is Saul also among the prophets? And when he had made an end of prophesying, he came to the high place. And Saul's uncle said unto him and to his servant, Whither went ye? And he said, To seek the asses. And when we saw that they were nowhere, we came to Samuel. And Saul's uncle said, "Tell me, I pray thee, what Samuel said to you." And Saul said unto his uncle, "He told us plainly that the asses were found, but of the matter of the kingdom whereof Samuel spake, he told him not." And Samuel called the people together unto the Lord to Mizpah, and said unto the children of Israel, "Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I brought up Israel out of Egypt, and delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of all kingdoms, and of them that oppressed you. And ye have this day rejected your God, who himself saved you out of all your adversities and your tribulations. And ye have said unto him, Nay, but set a king over us. Now therefore present yourselves before the Lord by your tribes, by your thousands." And when Samuel had caused all the tribes of Israel to come near, the tribe of Benjamin was taken. And he had caused the tribe of Benjamin to come near by their families. The family of Matri was taken, and Saul the son of Kish was taken. And when they sought him, he could not be found. Therefore they inquired of the Lord further, if the man should yet come thither. And the Lord answered, Behold, he hath hid himself among the stuff. And they ran and fetched him thence. What is the stuff? What's the stuff that Saul was hiding? And why was Saul hiding? He's like being called out to be God, to be the king, and he's hiding. And they fetched him thence. And when he stood among the people, he was higher than any of the people from his shoulders and upward. He was like Sir Duncan the Tall, or Andre the Giant. And Samuel said to all the people, See ye him whom the Lord hath chosen, that there is none like him among all the people. And all the people shouted and said, God save the king. Then Samuel told the people the manner of the kingdom, and wrote it in a book, and laid it up before the Lord. And Samuel sent all the people away, every man to his house. And Saul also went home to Gibeah. And there went with him a band of men whose hearts God had touched. But the children of Belial said, How shall this man save us? And they despised him, and brought him no presents, but he held his peace. Interesting. I don't know why he hid. I don't know. Someone's probably got some speculation on that. But I really don't. Why would he knew he was being called to be king, right? I mean, he was, right up here. Captain over inheritance. Yeah. He legit knew he had been anointed to be king. And then when it came time to be called out to be king, he went and hid, quote unquote, among the stuff. Interesting. I mean, literally demanded one, not necessarily about. Are you guys having your own conversation? Am I reading the Bible for no good reason in here? What's going on? Or Sir not appearing in the frame of the group picture because he's tall. All right. Let's go back and see if you guys have any questions about what I'm actually reading. Samuel chapter 10, guys. My father used to visit Libya a lot in the 80s. Call Gaddafi what you want, but he raised the living standards of the country times 100. Gaddafi. Yeah, and that was the funny thing about Gaddafi is once they went in and took out Saddam, Gaddafi was like, "Hey, you want my WMD? Here you go." Just leave me out of it. He was the first guy to just fall in line and just be like, "Hey man, I'm just gonna chill here," and then they went in and killed him anyways. That was Hillary. Remember Hillary laughing about taking out Gaddafi? Say what you will about Hitler. At least he killed Hitler. No, he didn't. Hitler escaped to Argentina. Oh my gosh. Come on, some big jerk. Don't believe the lies. Joe K, was it the Clintons who disestablished Gaddafi in Libya? All right. He got a heart transplant. Didn't even know he was on the waiting list. I don't know what you're talking about now. Butt kicked. Joe says Clintons also Yugoslavia and no, the Serbs were not the villains portrayed to be, at least no more than all the other factions in that mess. Now, didn't we went in defending the Islamic terrorists in Serbia, didn't we? I forget exactly how that all panned out. Yes, the prophecy of the low asses. I too know of this. Wow, Joe K just confirmed what I always thought. I thought I was being too far ahead. Thanks for clarifying that. The most important thing here is that aren't literally one or two depictions of what Warhammer 40k characters look like. Mike would be a big deal. All right. Their dumb butts voted for a dictatorship. True. Just talking about Saul today. The Israelites screamed at God to have a king, and that's when it all started to go really badly. As there is only one king, and his name is Jesus. Well, here's the thing. If Israel had never called for a king, I don't know. I've heard that it wasn't that God didn't want to give Israel a king. He was waiting for David. It's just they were forcing the issues, so they gave him a Biden. I mean, they gave him a Saul to kind of fill the gap between, judges and king. The king, because they need, right? You had to have the royal lineage to have the Messiah, the messianic lineage of son of David, right? All that stuff. Most of the kings were absolute crap. But I mean, look, go back, man. Most of the judges were crap, and even some of the prophets were crap. Let's just go with everybody sucks. Everybody sucks, but that doesn't mean just because you suck and I suck and everybody sucks, that doesn't mean God can't use us for good things. If God was waiting for a nation of perfect people, it would just never get there. Weren't there judges after David? No, Samuel was the last judge and the first prophet. Well, I don't know if you call it the first in the age of prophets. So the age of prophets goes from Samuel to John the Baptist. Although there was, after Malachi, there was a 400-year gap of prophets. But yeah, the age of prophets was from Samuel to John. And then judges were from, I forget who the first judge was. Who was the first judge?
You just get disguised as me.
Who was the first judge in the Bible? Who were the judges of Israel? I think this is. Every time a judge died, Israel went astray again. Returned for some practices. All right, that's not telling me who. Can we just get a list of Othniel? Oh, Othniel. Whose name may mean God, he is my strength, or God has helped me. All right. Oh, wow, really? 55 minutes already? All right, that's good because pizza just got here. There's pizza. I think Mommy brought home pizza. If I remember right, there was a second age of judges that lasted like 80 years. When was that? Am I forgetting something? I love the part where he knocks the door and one of the kids opens the door. I don't know what you're talking about. Gaddafi reminded me of my grandpa. Same swag, and his interviews were funny. Yeah, Gaddafi always seemed like he was trying to be a rap star. So I don't know. The way he dressed always kind of. Gaddafi wanted the people to control the oil companies. That's why they offed him. Understandable. Hitler in Argentina, the clones, the boys from Brazil. I don't know anything about the clones or the boys from Brazil, but bruh. Old Hitler, Argentina. I mean, there's literally pictures of the dude. So, there's old Hitler. No? Oh no, this is a what do you call it? No, there's a one where he's like sitting at a. That's not Hitler. Come on. Maybe I shouldn't have pictures of Hitler on my thing. There's no way that is him. Oh, did you know about Hitler's son in France? Yeah, I don't remember any other secondary Age of Judges either. This is something I need to look up. I saw a picture of Hitler, like he was at a table, like in Argentina. But anyways, did you ever see the pictures of his son? His son is like, but no, they even the stop, fake, lies, deception. Even the Russians claim to have Hitler's body. It's like, yeah, they just swooped in there and grabbed his body. No way. Hitler didn't freaking off himself. That was a double. And it didn't even look like him. So, no. Hitler and by the way, it wasn't just Hitler. A whole bunch of Nazis ended up in Argentina. That's totally not even disputed. But, anyways, Hitler had a nephew in the U.S. Navy. I'm going to find it. Hold on. Hitler's son in France. Hitler's French son. And this dude actually has... he freaking wears Hitler's mustache, which cracks me up. Just real quick. Because this guy has... Hitler had an affair with his mother, and Hitler actually sent his mother basically like letters and what do you call it? Basically child support. He basically said, look at him. Why would you be like, you know what? Hitler's my dad, so I'm going to grow the Hitler mustache just so everybody. I'm telling you, he looks like, you know who he looks like, right? Mike, you're getting banned. So this guy has actually been fighting to get royalties for Mein Kampf. And you know what? I think he deserves them. You know, if his dad wrote Mein Kampf, don't you think he should get... He's got all the documentation from his mother proving that he is the bastard child of Hitler. So come on, give the guy his royalties. Who else is getting the royalties? All the stores that are selling all the stores. I know it's a big hit, Mein Kampf, but you know it's still in print. Hitler escaped to his underwater base in Antarctica, then fled to he was born with that mustache. Oh, saints alive. That looks like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. I don't know. We can continue this discussion on the Discord if you guys want. If you are unfamiliar with the Discord, let me go to the Blacklist Universe, invite people, drop the link in the chat. Oh, wait. Copy. And everyone jump on in to the Discord and let's have some fun over there. Yes, and he rides a T-Rex on the surface of the moon. Nice. We know those are Ethan's royalties. I don't think Hitler liked the ladies. He liked Ava, right? Mein Gott, no. And 20 seconds to go. Let's just say thank you to everybody for being here in this very strange episode of Cross Examinations by Hitler's Son. Let me close that out. And wish you all the best. We will be going to get some pizza right now. And oh, yeah. There it is. Bring it in. Let's see that. Little squeezers.
You like the non.
All right. I'm going to go eat. God bless you guys. Mein Kampf is ironically the number one book in Amazon. Will not burn or ban. The one book Amazon will not burn or irony. All right, guys. God bless you. I'll see you on the next exciting episode of Cross Examinations.
Are you not entertained?